Authorities found more than 90 illegal migrants crammed into deplorable conditions inside a southwest Houston, Texas home during the week in what police describe as a human smuggling operation. The operation was discovered on the 30th of April after investigators received a tip from a call the night before, leading them to obtain a search warrant to inspect their double-story residence located at 12,210 Chessington Drive. The officers investigating a kidnapping operation quickly learned they'd stumbled upon a human smuggling operation instead. They were surprised to find more than 90 undocumented migrants huddled together in a 5-bedroom home in just their underwear. The house was mostly unfurnished, with mattresses leaning against the walls. Only 5 of the occupants were women, and the rest were mostly men in their 30s, and the youngest was in his 20s. A number of the occupants had fevers and lost their sense of smell and taste, and were tested positive for COVID-19. Some of the occupants hadn't eaten or had a drink in days, and couldn't stand because they were so dehydrated, and were provided with food and water and immediate medical assistance. The authorities said that the neighbours were surprised to learn about the operation because nothing indicated to them that this sort of thing was going on. Many of them pitched in to help by providing food and clothing. The investigators said the case is particularly disturbing and added that it's a smuggling operation and not a human trafficking one, as the people have voluntarily sought to gain a legal entry into the country. It is still unclear who's behind the smuggling operation, and no arrests have yet been made as the investigation into the matter continues. 3 people, including a shooter, have been killed, while a 4th person has been seriously injured after a shooting on Saturday night at the Oneida Casino in Wisconsin, Ashwaubenon. Officers were called to the Duck Creek restaurant in the casino complex at 7:28 p.m. on reports of an active shooter. A couple of victims were shot inside the complex and another close to the exit of the building, and the shooter was finally shot outside. The shooter was angry and had employment ties with the casino. He was targeting a specific victim who was not there but decided to shoot some of the intended victim's friends and co-workers instead. At 9:51 p.m, the authorities announced that the situation was contained and there was no longer a threat to the community. The injured person was airlifted to a local hospital and no officers were injured in the ordeal. Information is limited at this early stage of the investigation, and the authorities will release further details on Monday. A South Carolina man has been arrested for assaulting a teenager at an Aiken gas station. The incident occurred on Thursday, the 29th of April, when 44-year-old Paul Osborne got into a confrontation with a group of friends at the Circle K gas station located on the 2900 block of Whiskey Road. Osborne allegedly yelled a slur at the group for driving squatted trucks as he was driving past them. After one yelled back at him, he slammed the brakes on, turned the car around, and got out of his vehicle. He then approached the youth near the gas pumps and got into the 18-year-old's face and punched him. He then left the scene. Osborne was arrested and taken into custody at the Aiken County Jail on Saturday morning and has been charged with assault,